And the bottom line is, I'm not going to fall back. I'm not.
See, that's the problem.
I'm not. Now I'm done with this dinner. Wow.
And that is the problem. Welcome, guys, to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. We're talking to you guys, obviously, about the danger of a mother trying to live through her daughter. We have Amy Luciana, who's a woman on the right, and her mother on the left, and I've forgotten her name. I always forget. I do apologize. I think her name is Sankofa as well. But yes, you know, the situation between Amy Luciana and her mother, I reported on this the last one. I did a video on this, and the importance of understanding that you cannot live your life through your child. And actually, the damage it does is it stunts the growth of maturity and the ability of freedom for that child to fully express, understand, play in the world that it's growing up in. And it creates it can create entitlement. It can create a feeling of a lack of autonomy. It can create a feeling of jealousy. It can create a feeling of envy. It can create a feeling of frustration and pain in that child, and also in the mother too, because you're trying to do something that doesn't fit. You've lived your life. Allow your child to live theirs. Now, when they tell you, I want you to fall back and step away from the businesses, you've taught me well, let me fly. And then you say, no, I'm going to hold on to you. I won't let you fly past this nest. It's not about you being afraid of them not being able to fly. It's because you are attaching your value and your worth, and you're attaching your validation and your status and your ability to live vicariously through your child in their life. Your daughter's told you, listen, you're the issue when it comes to myself and the sisters, and you're living through me. We're going to discuss a little bit more about some of the dangers of this as a mother living through your daughters and how this affects the child as well. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like, you share, you subscribe. You click on that bell button for notification to uploads. And for those of you who are returnees, you already know what it is, baby. You got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated. All right, cool. Listen. Let me be real with you. I think the reason why Amy Luciana's mother, Sankofa, is feeling the way she's feeling is because she has attached a lot of familiarity, and there's a sense of comfort that comes from spending time with her daughter, especially Amy Luciana, who I think is more like her in terms of business minded. I think she gets a sense of comfort being able to be around her daughter and spend time in the business. She's a businesswoman after all. The mother is a businesswoman, a successful one at that. And I think for her, she may be overcompensating here, trying to believe that she's worth so much, or at least her expertise are needed so much, that she doesn't realize her daughter can actually fly the nest. And her daughter flying the nest leaves her almost empty and sad, probably because there is now nobody else around her. Her daughters have now grown up and are mature and are on their own. And that means that she is also what? On her own. And so without her having her own thing, she's plowed all her energy, her resources, and her time into her daughter Amy, to a point where she's even neglecting some of the other daughters and how they feel on their own businesses that they're actually running. And so clearly the mother has focused so much on Amy, and I think it's because she sees herself in Amy so much. And perhaps she may be trying to rewrite history that happened to her in her own life and trying to course correct it in Amy's. What she has to understand is you've trained her now. You've taught her. The Bible says, train a child in the way to go and they will not depart from it. You've got to trust that you've taught her well and that she won't depart from that path. The fact that Amy's told you that I have a whole nother team and Mom, I need you to step back so you can focus on being a mother, not just to me, but the other daughters as well. And the mother rejects that and says, I'm not going to leave this. And the fact that you even said that to me, I'm wilding out now, tells me there's some trauma that the mother is dealing with, that she doesn't realize that being asked to step back is not meaning that step back out of my life. It means step back out of a part of my life, which is the business. Still be my mother, still be the mom that I love, still, of course, give me some advice. But the reality of the situation is I'm exiting you out the business because I need a management team now, and to allow you also to have the freedom to play mother to my sisters as well as me. But the fact that she can't see that, and I said this on the last episode, the mother has curated her relationship based on business. Her daughters are feeling validated when they run their businesses, but are they feeling emotionally validated? Do they feel mentally validated by her and the time that she spends with them when it's not in business? And I said that in my last video, not knowing what was going to happen in this episode. And I think this episode kind of just showed it again. I'm not asking you to step back as a mom. I'm asking you to step back as a partner, business person. And yet you while out to a point where you want to leave the table. You while out and say, y'all ain't going to do this to me. Like you Denzel Washington. I have all your asses in Pelican Bay. Like you treating me like that. And that tells me that you've overly invested your time and your energy and your resources, and you've invested your mind into this place, but you don't realize your role is first a mother, not a businesswoman. So play the role of a businesswoman. I mean, of a mother, not a businesswoman. And this hurts your child because now they think to themselves, it would have been scary enough having to tell mom to step back. I mean, Amy just literally fought her sisters over the situation. It would have been scary telling your mother, I want you to step back in the business wise. It would have been hurtful for Amy too to do this. But she understood the assignment that her sisters come first and that she needs her mother more than she needs her business partner. She can actually have a team. She decides to relate that information to you and you while out. Let's watch it one more time. Just to get it understanding.
And the bottom line is, I'm not going to fall back. I'm not.
See, that's the problem.
I'm not. Now I'm done with this dinner.
Why?
Because every time,
and she was going to say basically, because every time, y'all have a little meeting or whatever, but the reality is, mother, play the role of a mother. It's not every time. Using that definitive language, it's not every time. It's right now. Right now, the issue is you. And right now, we need you. They need you in this position, not in this one. And she can't see that because her value is based upon what she gives in the business realm rather than it being on the motherly, emotional, mental realm for these children. I'm not saying she's a bad mother. I'm saying that where she finds her strength is in the business realm, and how she connects with her daughter seemingly seems to be what? The business realm. When she's no longer in that realm, who is she? Who does she feel she is? You're doing damage to your daughter. You're not giving her the freedom to fly. You're making it sound as if you don't trust her to be able to win without you. It's frustrating. It's suffocating to that child. And this has probably been the way since they've been kids. It's not brand new. Your mother the Sankofa has probably been this way since they were kids, right? Always in it and almost trying to dictate it. But her children are no longer children as such. Like the Bible says, there's a time where we were children, and we were almost like a master and a young boy, and eventually gets a point where the young boy grows up and no longer is the young boy. He's now grown and can handle his own. And so in that same instance, that is what's happening with Amy Luciana. She's grown. She's making her own choices, her own decisions, her own mistakes. And she doesn't need you to be in that place anymore. She needs you to be a mother. Like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell button for notification uploads. We appreciate you. All right.